72, as we certainly are glad to have everybody here, as Byron Cox, Post 72, plays host to Rantoul. Game 2 is a sub doubleheader, as we said, brought to you on 103.9 WIMC. We're also very happy to say welcome to some Rantoul fans who are listening on our app. Don't forget to share that. We're on Forched, Forcht broadcasting, and when you get to that, you can search Crawfordsville Radio, and then we're on WIMC 103.9. So glad to have you along. I know there's some home fans listening, and I know that next week we head to Rantoul for a doubleheader on Sunday. So I know a lot of home fans will be listening in on the app next week. So glad to have you along. It's the second game, as we said. It was a 7-3 win by Post 72 over Rantoul just a little while ago here at North Montgomery High School. Big late inning heroics for Post 72, with 4 runs being scored in the 5th inning and 3 more runs in the 6th after falling behind by a 3-0 score. And to doubleheader here, it has gotten a lot more gusty here. It will be a launching pad here at North Montgomery. Gusts are up to 20 to 23 miles an hour. Heat has also moved up. The heat index has moved up. It's a little sultry. It's a 69-point dew point. So we certainly, if you're listening and sitting down here around us, a lot of shade up for most everybody, but stay hydrated and stay comfortable. And feels like about 91 degrees. So we're going to run guys out. Post 72, again, the home team, and Kyvan Hill is going to be starting on the mound for Post 72. A couple of notes on Kyvan. He's a Covington product, and on the season he was 4-3 overall. Did a nice job. He had 9 appearances for the Trojans. He threw 45 innings, which was second best on the season to Riemann, who just threw in the earlier game today. Hill gave up 21 runs. Only 10 of those were earned. He also has a nice walk to strikeout ratio of just about 3-1. 17 walks, 47 Ks on the season. So certainly a good percentage there. And just like Riemann, who did not walk, only walked a couple of guys, hit one in that win just a little while ago. So he's on the mound. I've also got Mason Foster from Western Boone. He's behind the plate. Did not play in game 1, but he did catch on Wednesday night in the win. Then at first base defensively will be Crew Riemann coming off the mound, moving to first. Then at second base will be Cohen Bonebreak, a product of North Montgomery. At third base is Aiden Ambrose Cruz. He played at second base in game 1. He moves over to third for this contest. Keaton Brown stays at shortstop, North Montgomery guy for both of these games this afternoon. In left is Ethan Wooten, who has been out there for a couple games already. Center field, Aiden Reiser has been out there for most of the last 2 games, although he did come in and pitch 2 great innings of relief just a little while ago. And then in right field, Dylan Heaton, who started and got the win on Monday night and is now in right field for Post 72. So there's the defensive setup. And we're going to have the first pitch coming up here in just a minute. Reagan Redemaker will be leading off. We're going to get the first pitch here. We're going to get started before 3 o'clock. It looks like about a 2:56 first pitch. And we're ready to go. Rademacher reached base once in the first game. And first pitch up high, ball 1. Glad to have you along today again on WIMC FM 103.9. I'm Jeff Nelson. Got Sean back at the station, keeping things going, keeping an ear out. Oh, the next pitch, soft ground ball to second, fielded, thrown, easy enough. Out over at first, Bonebreak comes up with about an 11 hopper, tosses it over to first base. Next up is Dylan Thomas. Thomas hit a home run. He hit a long home run to over the right center field fence in the 5th inning of the previous game. 2 long balls by Rantoul spotted them that 3-0 lead. So Thomas hitting from the left side. If he can get one up, it could get out. As we said, winds gusting, steady blowing in the teens with gusts up to the low 20 miles an hour. Swing and a miss. Actually foul tip for Thomas. Count evens at 1-1. Last we heard, we tuned over to WCDQ. If you want to listen to some more of the Southmont softball semi-state game, that's over on 106.3 WCDQ. Glad to have you along over here. Lots and lots of baseball and softball action, stick and ball action, as our guys like to talk about. Ball 2. Thomas, last we heard was that Tecumseh had hit a home run and was leading Southmont 1-0, and that was about the second or third inning. They got a really late start. They were like an hour late starting because the first semi-state game ran really, really long. So anyway, you got lots of sports options here on Crawfordsville Radio this afternoon. Swing and a miss. Next pitch will appeal down to third. He didn't anywhere get close to going. And the count will go full on Thomas. 3-2. Dylan Thomas waits. Wind up, pitch, ground ball, stays fair. Easy three unassisted play for Riemann over at first base. Those kind of balls that come hard off the first hop off the infield grass can get to that edge of the grass or to the skin of the infield, that agrolime skin, and take a nasty hop. That one did not. Came straight up. Riemann handled it without any problems and stepped on first base. That'll bring up Owen Hartke. Hartke reached base once on a walk in the first game. He'll step to the plate, take a first pitch for a ball. Right-handed hitter. Hartke, a big, solid kid. I know the first swing, he took the cut at one, and this one's going to be out to Reiser. While Reiser has got range aplenty. As Aiden Reiser, deep in the center field, comes way over to left center, and the wind maybe held it up a little bit, helped him get to it. So the fly ball out makes it a 1-2-3 inning for Post 72. No runs, no hits, no errors. Quick out, and we'll be back with the Post 72 at bat, bottom of the first inning, after these messages on 103.9 WIMC. Yeah. He's super. Hey, you're listening to high school / Legion Sports on 103.9 WIMC. But if you want to take a look at something, tune in on YouTube to Buzzed Sports Media. They have today's game, this second game. The first game, you can pick it up on a rerun if you want to. Wednesday's game against Speedway, you can pick it up also. Live streaming reruns on Buzz Sports Media here. All the home games will be streamed on Buzz Sports, so we certainly glad to have those guys along. Welcome them, and invite everybody to tune in and take a look at that product and all the things that they present. Special thanks to a lot of our sponsors, starting with our primary sponsor, Byron Cox Post 72. Are you a veteran? Do you need a place to call home? Byron Cox Post 72 is located in Crawfordsville, and they are here to serve you. Don't forget to check out Veterans Park, gorgeous new park, honoring our veterans. And of course, today, the anniversary of D-Day, a special day in the history of our nation. View the helicopter, the tanks, and more while honoring the veterans that fought for all of us. With veteran services available, join the American Legion. They are right here in Crawfordsville. Quick up 1-2-3 for Rantoul in the top of the first. It'll be pretty much the same guys as we saw in game one, hitting for Post 72 to start things out. There are some different guys in the bottom part of the lineup, but it'll be Aiden Ambrose-Cruz, Aiden Reiser, and Ethan Wooten up to the plate first up for Post 72. They produced some damage, as they did on Wednesday night. Those three guys scored 5 of the 7 runs for Post 72 in the 7-3 win earlier today. Keaton Brown in the number 9 spot scored the other 2 runs. Ambrose-Cruz reached base a couple times, scored twice. Reiser was hit twice and hit a 2 RBI double. Wooten got on base, and he drove in a run getting hit by a pitch. And he also had a double that drove in a run. So the top 3 did a lot of damage for Post 72 in that first game. On the mound is Owen Hartke for Rantoul. We apologize. We don't have very many stats on those guys. That's early in the season, and they're just kind of getting their rosters put together. And so I know a lot of those guys are from the Rantoul area up there, a couple of high schools in that area. Not quite as many as we've got here in central Indiana, where we've got Clinton Central, North Montgomery, McCutcheon, Covington, Greencastle, Danville, Crawfordsville, Lebanon, Webo. So we got guys from a lot of different schools down here playing for Post 72. Ambrose-Cruz had a phenomenal spring at North Montgomery. Right here on this field, in fact. He leads off. Takes the first pitch, a little bit up. Ambry's Cruz will go after anything that's close. And then he gets on base and he'll steal your lunch money. Next pitch, takes that curveball. He had to check up on a couple of curveballs earlier today. A couple outs early, but he got on base and produced a couple of runs his last 2 trips to the plate. 1-1 the count. Next pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. Got a good look at it. It was the pitch he wanted, just didn't catch up with it. Ambry's Cruz hit over 400, among the leaders of the Monon Conference. Fastball, 2-hopper, the third, easy throw across the way, and the out. So it's for Ambry's Cruz, a routine out, relatively unknown for him. That was Reichenbach at third base. Defensively for Rantoul, we said Hartke's on the mound. Liam Billings is behind the plate. At first base is Miles Crosby, and at second base is Cooper Clark. At third base, we just mentioned Eli Reichenbach. At shortstop, it's Holden Cargo, who pitched the first game to pick up the loss. In left field is Rodemaker, and in center field, Thomas, and in right field is Owen Johnson. First pitch to Aiden Reiser. Can't check the swing up, called strike. Reiser had a big double, drove in a couple on that 2-sacker. Swing and a miss. He was swinging for the downs on that one. He had a home run on Wednesday night. He and Wooten had back-to-back gongs over the left center field fence. Last year, Post 72 had 4 home runs all season, and those guys had 2 in one inning. Called strike 3. Reiser took a looking third strike his first time up in the first game as well. With 2 outs quickly, that'll bring up Ethan Wooten. He has swung a hot bat for Post 72. On Wednesday night, infield single scored, reached on an error, scored, home run, drove in a run. And he was at the plate when the 11th run scored to end the game. Earlier today, Wooten, a couple of outs made. Then he was hit by a pitch that drove in a run, and then he hit a double that knocked in a run his last trip to the plate. First pitch, strike. Second pitch into play, hit deep. It's in the fence, just off the wall. Stand-up double. So we're just going to have to call this guy two-base Wooten. He parks one. When they talk about warning track power, if there's nobody there to catch the ball, that's the best place to put it. So it lands in the dust out there, right underneath the big left center field scoreboard here at North Montgomery's Charger Field. One hops the fence. Wooten is at second. That'll bring up Dylan Heaton. Heaton hit in the cleanup spot earlier today, singled, and that was it. 3 other outs, so he was 1 for 4. As we said, picked up the win on Wednesday night. He also had a single and drove in 2 runs. So he's effective with the bat. He was a 400 hitter for Clinton Central. There's a little flare out to left center. It's going to fall. Reiser's not even. He ran right through the stop sign, and he will be safe at home. Heaton was going to give himself up at second base as he headed for second. Play, he would have been out, except the relay throw came in. The pitcher picked it up and then dropped it. That won't be an error, and Heaton will pick up the RBI on the little flare single out to left center field. So, last game, it was Rantoul that scored first. Not real early, but scored first. And today in game 2, it's Post 72 with the first dot on the board. Riemann, first pitch ball. Covington guy picked up the win. Jumps out of the way. Ball bounces away from the catcher, and it will go back to the fence. And Heaton now stands at third base. One more wild pitch, and he'll be across the plate. Billings unable to scoop that one out of the dirt. Not a very good pitch, as Riemann literally had to jump a little dance step in that right-hand batter's box to not get hit. 2-0 the count. Foul ball, straight back right here at us. Don't flinch. You got a fence, you got a wall, you got a window. Foul ball comes back at you, you still got to flinch. This guy, there it is. 2-1 the count. Freeman set. That was inside. Almost got his left guard on his elbow. That'll run the count to 3-1. He needs to reach safely to drive Heaton in. We're going to miss. Hitter's pitch that time was either not quite where he wanted it, overcut the swing on top of the ball as it dropped below his hands. Count goes full. And from the stretch pitch, that's in the dirt, ball 4. So he reaches base safely but doesn't get the run in, but he does add a guy now with runners on the corners. It'll be Keaton Brown. Brown, a threat all the time offensively for the Chargers through the course of the spring. He reached base 3 times. He was technically 2 for 2, scored twice. So he's certainly a threat. There's a ball that gets away. Here comes the play at the plate. Not in time. So it's not an RBI, but it is a ball, and the wild pitch lets Heaton score. Post 72 now with 2 on the board. Riemann moves to second. So a couple of control issues here early on for Owen Hartkey of Rantoul, and he's worked himself into a little bit of a hole. Down 2 runs, guy at second base. Want to know the count on Brown. As we said, Brown was dangerous with a couple of runs scored in the first game. He'll put one into play down the right side. It's going to go foul, fall in front of the right fielder. Wynn tried to help move it back towards Owen Johnson in right field, but didn't stay up. Gravity wins. Count goes to 1-1. Everybody resets. Windy enough. Coaches' hats are blowing off. Fielders' hats are blowing off. Next pitch ready to go. That one's just at the knees. Called strike. Still gauging our umpire here after a most liberal strike zone from our umpire at home in the first game. He was consistent. Everything was, it was chalk, batter's box chalk to batter's box chalk. And he gave him high, didn't give anything low, but very consistent. Timeout asked for by Brown. He reset. Swing and a miss. He wanted that little piece on the fastball, and he chased it. Not there. So the strikeout ends the at-bat for post 72, but they get a couple of runs, and they do it on a couple of hits, including the double by Wooten and the RBI single by Heaton. So 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a guy left on base. We're headed to the top of the second. Post 72 up by a score of 2-0. Back after these messages on 103.9 WIMC. addition, need a complete remodel, interested in selling your home, or need a few things done, call Brad Serber at Serber Construction, located in Crawfordsville, 765-366-3754. Also, special thanks to the city of Crawfordsville. Love small city living? Question mark. Love a variety of food and shopping options? Question mark. Love a caring community where people know your name? Question mark. To answer all of those question marks, look up the city of Crawfordsville, striving to be the best small city west of Indianapolis, a proud sponsor of Post 72 Baseball. Special thanks to them and all of our wonderful sponsors who are going to be bringing us a lot of baseball action here on WIMC this summer. Post 72 will send the bottom of the order up, 7, 8, 9. It'll be Matt Miller, Cohen Bonebreak, and Kyvan Hill to see if they can add to the 2 runs against Rantoul pitcher Owen Hartke. First pitch misses. Second pitch also misses. Miller had a really solid season, especially behind the plate for Crawfordsville. He did miss about 5 or 6 games due to an injury. Charge one into right center field. Is it going to fall? Yes. Now, is it enough for the double? No. Miller will drop anchor at first. Seeing eye single to right center field for Matt Miller. Boy, I had $1 for every one of those kind of hits that young man's had. He's just a solid contact hitter. Punches the ball where outfielders are not. So he's at first. Post 72 is not going to run for him, at least not right now. This will bring up Cohen Bonebreak, a North Montgomery product. Miller, there's a bunt, and the bunt will go foul. We'll find a couple of pieces of data on Bonebreak. He was limited in action. He only played in 6 games for North Montgomery during the baseball season. Throw it first. Miller dirties up his pants and slides back into first base. So Bonebreak getting some valuable all-star experience. He a returning guy that Matt Voorhees and the North staff will be counting on. He gets one up in the air. This is to the infield. Not far enough out for anybody to do anything. Second baseman parks underneath it and registers the out. Easy enough that time for Cooper Clark to play the wind just a little bit. Ball comes back to him. Bonebreak's out. Kyvan Hill is up. Hill, as we said, a Covington product, has pitched a couple innings already here today. See if we can find his data. Hill hit .242 on the season for the Trojans. Runner goes. Miller has pitch was way up high, just about over the top of Hill's head, and Miller was easily able to steal second base. You're just tuning into our first Legion broadcast. Runner going will be a real familiar phrase. They will attack bases. Last year stole nearly 100 bases. And Miller, the catcher, even heading out. He's got a monster lead at second base. Called strike on Hill, evens the count 1-1. We mentioned Hill, hit .242 for Covington, 15 runs scored, 16 hits, 3 RBIs. He had 3 doubles and a long ball, 1 home run for that Covington team that went 14-11 in the Wabash River Conference. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch fooled him. He was looking for something faster than what he got. Swung over the top of it, missed it. He falls behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hill hits in the 9 spot, top of the order up next for Post 72, trying to add to a 2-1 lead. Runner at second is Miller. He has got the ball just fouled away. Hill staying alive, as they say. Hit not a very good pitch, but with 2 strikes, you guard the plate. So the right-hander pokes it foul. Post 72 first base coach Jonathan Moore picks it up, tosses it back to the umpire, who puts it in his pocket. 1-2, here we go. Maybe. And they're going to throw to second. And that ball's going to get away. Nope, not far enough for Miller to go. Miller was playing head games out there at second base, dancing around. So he's got the pitcher distracted, which is exactly what you want to do. So Miller's back on. The throw was there and bounced in front of everybody and bounced a few feet away, but Miller was not able to take off for third. Here we go. Pitch in the dirt. That's going to the backstop. That'll allow Miller to make the third without any problems. So Miller does his job distracting the pitcher. He throws one in the dirt. And now Miller's 90 feet closer to home. So the wild pitch runs the count to 2-2 on Hill. So here we are, bottom of second, 1 on, 1 out for post 72, leading 2-1 over Rantoul. I think we got everybody caught up now. Pitch coming, just inside, jammed him. Count goes full. It'll be the 7th pitch coming now for Hill. Riemann went to 6 pitches before he walked. This is the most by any post 72 hitter in this game. Next pitch, it's outside. Did he hold up his swing? He did. And it'll be ball 4. They're going to appeal the swing. Base umpire says, no, he didn't swing. Both pitcher and catcher thought he swung. They were ready to throw him out at first base. And that ain't what's going to happen. So Hill moves to first on the walk. Miller stays at third, minding his own business for a minute. And that'll bring up Ambrose Cruz. Ambrose Cruz is a tough out. Here's a throw over to first. Rantoul got themselves in trouble in the earlier game. They threw over to first, hit the runner in the helmet. Ball bounced away and a run scored. So you throw one away when a guy's at third base. Kind of playing with a gasoline tank there. Be careful. Another throw over. Hill is not that big a threat. He goes because there's a guy on third base anyway, and they're going to let him steal second. Ball's in the dirt. So it's 1 ball on Ambrose Cruz. Yeah, if you're the Rantoul pitcher, your problem right now is getting Ambrose Cruz out. You got to worry about him way more than anybody else. Next pitch, Ambrose Cruz fouls one up, and it's just going to fall into the grass. Billings gave it a chase and just couldn't get to it. Falls literally in front of the Rantoul dugout. So it's 1-1 now on Ambrose Cruz. Grounded out, his first time up. Really good contact hitter. Huge leads for post 72 guys. Hill has got to be 30 feet off second base. Next pitch is high. Miller isn't quite that far off the third. Out of the windup, here's the pitch. Just on the outside corner, good pitch for a strike. Well, Ambrose Cruz has seen a couple of really good outside corner pitches. He's now got to guard the plate with a 2-2 count. Ducks on the pond, though, with 1 out for post 72 here in the bottom of the second. Inside pitch, drives it left side, foul. Ambrose Cruz got out in front of it. It was the pitch he wanted or the pitch he thought was coming, and he just drives it down the left side, foul by 10, 12 feet. Pretty good poke on it, but just not in fair territory. Count stays 2-2, back to action. And swing and a miss. Boy, that is some good pitching to Ambrose Cruz. They have managed to get him out twice in this early part of the game, and I tip my hat to Rantoul pitching coaches and also to Owen Harkey that managed to get that really good hitter out. So now there's 2 outs, and this will bring up Reiser. Reiser is kind of that feast or famine guy. He'll hit the ball a mile, hit the ball off the fence, or he'll strike out. Took a called third strike. Swings for the fence, fouls one off the catcher. Last year, he was close to the top of a lot of batting charts for post 72. And one of the other charts that he was close to the top of was a lot of strikeouts. When he hits it, you know it's been hit. It's a strike 1 count. Runners at second and third. There's one. It's going to be a base hit right up the middle to short or to second base, and in time for 2 runs to score. Wasn't sure if Hill was going to get the green light, but he did. And with 2 outs, Riser turns in another 2 RBI hit. So like I said, it's a big thing. He's a guy that you always want with runners in scoring position. He doubles post 72 score. They've now got Ford lead 4-1. And that brings up Wooten. And Wooten's got a double and a whole bunch of other hits in the last 2 games played. He sends one to left field on the first pitch, single, solid to left. Wooten didn't even wait for anything. He just drove one between the shortstop and the third baseman. So he's 2 for 2 in this game. There's nobody on the planet who's been hitting better than Ethan Wooten since the Legion season started. Home run and a double, couple RBIs in the first game, and that goes on top of a 3-run scored game against Speedway. This brings up Dylan Heaton. He drove in a run with a single and scored. He'll send one out to second base. Nice defensive play, and they out. Good defensive play over there by Rantoul's second sacker. Cooper Clark pulls down a ball. He had to go pretty well with his left for. One hop up into his glove, throws it over to first for the out. So post 72, they get 2 more runs from the bottom of the order. They do it on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there was 2 guys left on base. So we're heading to the top of the 3rd inning, and it is post 72 with a 4-1 lead over Rantoul. Back with more action after these messages on 103.9 WIMC. Logic, we've got answers. Want to make a difference? We got places for you to go to work. Interested in what is happening in Montgomery County? Visit them. It is Visit MoCo, M-O-C-O, visitmoco.com, a major supporter of Post 72 baseball, and that is an understatement. Also, a special thanks to Trusty Home Improvement. Trusty Home Improvement, locally owned and operated by Tom Muth out of Waynetown. Trusty Home Improvement specializes in windows, doors, and siding. From experience, I can tell you that Tom is a perfectionist. With the slogan, "I'm a craftsman, not a salesman," Tom is ready to walk that walk. Give him a call, 765-918-8721, for newer replacement windows and doors or siding that you have needed for a while. He's ready to help you. Scoring update, thanks to Sean over on WCDQ. Southmont in the semi-state softball game, trailing Tecumseh by a score of 6-0. It was a tall order for the Mounties. They were facing the defending champions. Tecumseh has won 3 of the last 4 state championships in and of itself, and their pitcher is rated like one of the top 2 in the nation. There's a high fly ball. This is Hostetler. First pitch, ball. Second pitch lifted high out to left field, and a relatively easy catch. I think they call him a can of corn out there. That's Ethan Wooten. Surrounds it, hauls in the fly ball for out number 1. That's the number 9 hitter for Rantoul. They will send the top of the order up. It'll now be Reagan Rademacher. Rademacher grounded out to second base, his first trip up. Rantoul's got a run on the board. They trail 4-1. First pitch, ground ball, right back to second base. Oh, he picks it up and bobbles it. Went to throw it before he had it in his glove. Cohen bone break with E. And that will put a Rantoul runner on. First error of the ball game. In fact, let me look back here real quickly. That's the first error of the day, as Post 72 played a clean sheet game, game 1. Had a couple errors I know on Wednesday that led to only one Speedway run. That was 11-1 final anyway. This is Dylan Thomas next up. First pitch misses out. Rademacher may have been giving a thought of going to second base. He elects not to. Mason Foster chases him back, bunt foul, left side. Count evens up 1-1. Thomas hit a hard shot to first base. Riemann was not able to, did a nice job corralling it and getting the unassisted put out. That came in the first inning. Thomas hit a home run in the first game earlier today. Swing tag over to first, not in time. Rademacher is he's a little longer toward off the base than most of the other Rantoul guys, but he ain't very far off. But Hill still wants to throw over there a couple times and does. Hill to the belt. We're ready to the left-hander. Pitch. Popped up. Left side. Going to blow foul. We'll run the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out. Top of 3 here at Charger Field on the campus of North Montgomery High School. The wind just continues to shift a little bit more from straight to center field, now blowing more out towards right field, which means it's coming in more directly from the west, and that grazes the hitter. Thomas takes one off the shirt, and he'll move to first base while Rademacher moves to second. So Rantoul's got a little bit of a threat here. Just a little. Yep. Radar showing. We got a little bit of it north of us here. Yeah. Well, hopefully we can see now more dark clouds in the straight north of us, looking up 231 as we look out over the field, looking to the east and a little to the north. Hartke next up. First pitch, ball. The Buzz Media guys, though, they're not going to take any chances. They're pulling some cables in case they need to close a window. Called strike. As we said, Buzz Media bringing you the game live on YouTube. Hop on over. They're piping our sound into it, so you're stuck with me again on the audio part of it. But Buzz Media bringing you some pretty pictures. Thanks to them for doing that. Next pitch misses. Count goes to 2-1. So a quick out to start the third inning for Rantoul, but now they got a threat going. Pitch inside, just missed it. Boy, that just missed it. I think if Hartke had been exhaling instead of inhaling, he probably would have gotten hit. So that count goes to 3-1 with 2 on. Rantoul trying to mount a threat here. Pitch called strike. Knee high. That one was half a ball width from being too low. Full count. Runners hold. Foul ball. Chops it up back off the fence here in front of us. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up for Hartke. Hill threw 30 pitches in the first 2 innings, so right on pace to throw a complete game. 105 pitches is the Legion limit. Ground ball to third, run over to third, and Ambry's Cruz gets the force out. Nobody else playable, but he got the lead out, which is the big out, and that's the second out. So Hartke reaches on the fielder's choice. Thomas moves to second. Rademacher is out on the 5 unassisted, and there's 2 outs now here in the top of the 3rd inning. And that brings up the guy who hit the home run last time up, Eli Reichenbach. He blasted one out of here, got one up in the wind, and it's blowing out here at Charger Field. He gets one like that again, he'll go the same place. He's swinging for a home run, but it's a high chopper right back to the mound. Hill controls it, gets it, throws him out. So that's a huge out for post 72, getting the home run hitter out with bases, 2 guys on base, and that ends the threat. So Rantoul, no runs and no hits. There was an error and a hit batter, 2 guys left on base. So that error is first, and there's 2. So we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Post 72 leads by a score of over Rantoul 4-1. We're back after these messages on 103.9 WIMC. Thank you. Ouch. What about a grease trap clean out? Risers, lift pumps, question mark, rooters, or high pressure jetting service. All of those available. Contact Dutcher Trenching in Crawfordsville. Make that call. Dutcher Trenching today. 765-362-3308. Dutcher Trenching is a locally owned and operated business. All of our guys here in the press box taking a lot closer look at the darkening skies to the north. The storm cell is staying a little bit north of us, it looks like. It is dark, though, to the north, but it is a sunshine-filled sky here right now, here at North Montgomery High School. We're glad to have you along on 103.9 WIMC. It'll be the middle of the order, 5-6-7 hitting for Post 72 as they lead 4-1 here in this bottom of the third inning. It'll be Crew Riemann, Keaton Brown, and Matt Miller. Still on the mound for Rantoul is Owen Hartkey. These two teams will play again next Sunday, a week from tomorrow, in Rantoul. And we'll be heading along with the guys to broadcast both of those games on 103.9 WIMC. Did a game last year from Rantoul. We got a nice little press box set up where you can kind of sit, a couple of fans, keep you cool. All I remember was, too, is that I think I had a really, really, really good burger from their concession stand. So we'll see how that all goes. But two more games against Rantoul next Sunday. So we'll see a lot of these guys in the first couple of weeks of the Legion season. Ready for action. Bottom of three. It's Riemann. First pitch misses outside. And there's lots of other Legion action coming up. Next Tuesday, Post 72 travels to Danville. This next pitch is in the dirt. Brett Kading, who is over on WCDQ, as we hear that the Mounties are losing 10-0 to Tecumseh. So that game's getting close to being done, and the season being done for the Mounties. But anyway, Tuesday at Danville, Brett will have that game on. That'll be his last Legion game for a while as he goes in for major surgery, hip replacement surgery. I certainly wish him the best. Oh, here's a drive to left center field. It's going to fall. Riemann's going to two. Ball rolls to the fence right underneath the bunting by the scoreboard. Ball's loose. Nobody's going to move. It's a stand-up double for Riemann. So another extra base hit for Post 72 as they continue to roll them close to the left field fence. As we said, next Tuesday. Then also there's a road game next Thursday. We'll be at, and that game is against Lafayette. That game is being played at McCutcheon. I'll have that game for you. And then on Friday, the night before the Strawberry Festival starts, or the night the Strawberry Festival does start, there's a home game. And that, I believe, is against Watseka. And Rob Hinckley will have that game for you. So we'll get the other guys in on a game or two. And then I'll pick up a lot of Legion baseball coming up from that point on. This is Keaton Brown next to the plate. Struck out his first time up. Called strike on the outside corner. Yeah, there's a long road trip to Southern Indiana coming up in a week after the Strawberry Festival. Big invitational here at North comes up right after July 4th. There's a July 4th tournament in Danville. The regional is being played here at North Montgomery. So lots and lots of baseball action on the Legion level. Strike two to Brown. 0-2. Pitch in the dirt. Riemann stays put at second base. Brown scored a couple of runs in game one today. Had a productive game against Speedway as well. Came in in a pinch hitter role, got a single and scored a run. Next pitch misses for Brown, 2-2. To the belt. Long pause. Check swing. Did he go? No. Pitch jammed Brown a little bit. There was absolutely no swing involved with that because the pitch was up under his chin, but the bat kind of got out in front of him a little bit. Checks to the umpire. Appeal, no. Count goes full. This ball's in the dirt. So it's ball four. So after an 0-2 start, Brown works a walk out of this thing, so credit to him for that. So he's got a K and a BB. This will bring up Matt Miller. Miller Little swoop single to right center field. His last trip up, he eventually scored a run. Scored the first run of the second inning. Actually, it was on Reiser's double. He and Hill both scored on that double to the fence. Miller also stole a base. First pitch up. 4-1 on the scoreboard here at North Montgomery High School, Charger Field. Post 72 leading Rantoul, Illinois, 4-1. Next pitch, in play, left side to third, to short, second on the force, nothing. Or he gets the out, sorry, no double play. So Miller reaches on the fielder's choice. The ground ball heads over to Reichenbach at third. He cannot tag Riemann, who avoids that tag. So Riemann gets to third safely. Brown is out on the force, so that goes 5-4. Miller stays on first base. So 2 on still, but now 1 out for post 72. Miller on the run. He'll steal second without a throw. If they're scoring major league rules, that is not a stolen base. That's catcher's indifference. But Coach Proctor, I know, usually gives them the credit for the stolen base anyway. So ducks on the pond. Runners at second and third. 1 out for post 72. Bone break. And put a feather in his hat. Swing and a miss. First pitch was in the dirt, by the way. Miller allowed to steal. Bone break getting some invaluable Legion experience. Did not play very much varsity baseball for North Montgomery this spring. Pitch outside, gets away from everybody. Run's going to score. Riemann standing up on the wild pitch. 5-1. Miller scoots to third. Count goes to 2-1 on bone break. Coach Proctor having a chat with young Cohen. Don't think they put any kind of a hit and run on with a guy at third base, but probably telling him just, hey, let's look for something off speed here or look for your pitch and drive it somewhere. It'll score a run. Just like that. It's going to be a fly ball to center field. That's going to easily score a run. So Bonebreaker is going to get his first career RBI. Sack fly out to 8 and a big RBI for the sophomore junior to be from North Montgomery. Scores a run. That scores Miller from third. Now the post 72 guys have put 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. They lead 6-1. And this will bring up Kyvan Hill. Hill walked, stole second, scored in the second inning. First pitch, low. Clouds continue to get just a little closer here. That storm system is kind of in the Lafayette area. We're hoping it'll stay away. Strike, call. 1-1 the count. Next pitch, misses just outside. Two and one. Hill waits. Pitch low. It's in the dirt. 3-1. Waiting and waiting. Here we go. Out of the windup. Ground ball. Tough play for the shortstop. Can't get to it. So that starts everything all over again here for post 72. A single for Hill. He's on for the second time today. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter for post 72, Aiden Ambrose Cruz. Courtesy runner coming in for post 72. That is number 16. That is, I don't see a 16. Oh, right here, Caden Smith. It's on the second line. Courtesy runner here in the third inning. First pitch, high and tight on Ambrose Cruz. Ball 1. So the home team has scored twice in each at bat. Bottom three, 6-1 is their lead. Pitch misses outside. As Hartkey been having a little bit more difficulty finding the strikes. Walked one in this inning. Got to 3-1 on Hill. Looks up. Oh, no, doesn't get the call. He was not happy with that no call. Slapped his glove on his thigh. Just got to bear down, kid. Can't let the umpires bug you. That pitch misses outside, and that'll be ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk puts Ambrose Cruz on, sends Hill to second. Rantoul probably doesn't have a lot of extra pitching. They only brought a couple of subs, and if they got games tomorrow, they may be saving a couple of guys. Riser, pitch up in the strike zone. He wasn't happy with that pitch, with that call. Hey, if you can't be mad at the umpires, then it's just not a baseball game. So the moms and the grandpas are not, swing and a miss. That was a good pitch. Riser knew it was probably going to be a strike anyway after seeing the first high call. So that puts him in a mode of, well, now I got to swing at everything. So now he faces an 0-2 count. Pitch high. Riser singled and drove in 2 runs in the second inning. Had a double, drove in a couple runs in the first game of this 2-game set. This pitch, just that close to not be, well, that is just that close. Call the ball. And Riser drives one out to center field, but it's right at the center fielder. So that will be an easy enough catch out there for Thomas, and that will end this at bat for post 72. They get 2 more runs. They get, there were 2 hits. There were no errors. 2 guys left on base. So our score here at the end of 3 complete innings, it's 6-1, post 72 over Rantoul. We're back with more action after these messages on WIMC. Locally owned and operated by Colton Bain. It's Bain Auto LLC, and they do it all for you. Tire replacement, repairs, as well as many other automotive needs. They're located in Wingate, 204 South Vine Street. That's Bain Auto LLC. They're ready to serve you. Make an appointment, 765-401-6989, or check out their website at www.bainautollc.com. Also, special thanks to Moore's Jewelry and Repair, located at 111 West Market Street in Crawfordsville. Moore's Jewelry and Repair is a highly rated jewelry store located in Seaville. They've been serving the community for many years. They offer jewelry repair, gold and silver coins, watches, and much, much more. Their professional staff is here to answer any questions you may have about the company, their products, or their services. They take great pride in carrying top quality jewelry, gold and silver at affordable prices. When you want that special bracelet, need a watch repaired, or sell your gold coins, call on Moore's Jewelry and Repair, 765-362-7776. Special thanks to all of them. As we get ready to start here and come to the plate in the top of the 4th inning, it's Miles Crosby, and Crosby will get plunked by the very first pitch. So he takes one off the shoulder. He'll head to first base. He struck out his first trip up. He hit a home run in the first game. This brings up Cargo. Holden Cargo hit one back to Hill. on the mound for an out. His only other trip to the plate. Hill looks towards second base and then wheels and fires to first. That's an interesting pickoff move. I don't know if he's getting a signal from a fielder. Sets, pitches, check, swing, foul ball. Cargo didn't want to swing. He's got his bat up to kind of guard his nose and fouled it off down the right side. So it's strike one. As we said, Cargo grounded out. And he did get a single in 3 trips to the plate in the first game. Hill. Little shot out there. It's going to fall in front of the Brown at short. This will be a scoop. Nope, bad throw. But the runner won't advance, so there's no error. So the ground ball is handled cleanly by Keaton Brown. He fires it over for the out at second. But the relay throw to first is in the dirt. Riemann couldn't handle it, or couldn't even put a glove on it. Ball gets away, but there was plenty of backup, and Cargo doesn't go. So fielder's choice is all it is. And this will bring up Cooper Clark. Clark singled to left field his first trip up to the plate. Let's see, we've got a stoppage here. Going to have a pinch runner. And that is number 10. And let's see, that's Carson Lyons. Pinch runner here in the 4th inning. So after one pitch to Clark, everybody's reset. We got number 10 down at first base, 1 on, 1 out. Clark at the plate, hitting from the right side. Hill still on the mound for post 72. Pitch misses down. Ball 2. Hill has a couple of Ks. Has not walked anybody, but has hit a couple of runners, a couple of batters. Misses inside, ball 3. Clark did not get an at-bat in the first game, so all we've seen is his single in the second, and he'll walk on 4 pitches. So we were saying no walks issued by Hill, and that is now a lie. So he'll go to first. Courtesy runner pinch runner Lyons goes to second. And that's going to bring Kyle Proctor out from the dugout of post 72 to have a chat with his starting pitcher. 45 pitches for Hill coming into this inning. He's only thrown about 8 or 9, so he's only at 50-ish. So being tired should not be the issue. But it may be a couple of weeks since he last pitched. Let's see, sectionals. If Covington lost early in the sectional, they could have lost, 10, 12 days ago. Quick conference, though, for Coach Proctor. And it's Owen Johnson at the plate. Strikeout victim, which misses inside. Ball 1. Johnson worked a full count before striking out in the second inning. Top of 4, 6-1. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, Brown didn't get a good jump on it. Here comes the sing. It's going to be cut. The throw's going to be cut off. Run will score. So Johnson's single to center field scores a run. He gets an RBI. That's going to score the pinch runner Lyons. And Clark stops at second. This will bring up Jeff Hostetler, the designated hitter, flied out to left field. So that run, second of the ball game for Post 287 makes it a 6-2 contest here. First pitch for Hill. This is outside to Hostetler, ball 1. As the dark clouds just get a little closer. Starting to play like we're at the 500. Are we going to get 200 laps in? Next pitch, fouled back right over the top of us. 1-1. Hostetler's the number 9 hitter in this batting order. Top of the order awaits. Rodemaker, who reached on an error, is on deck. But the first concern is the guy at the plate. Second concern are the 2 guys on base. Just on the outside corner called strike. So Hostetler falls behind Hill here in the 4th. 1-2 the count. Hill to the belt. Stall, called strike 3. There is no question about that one. Backwards K, 3rd K of the game for Hill. Hostetler should know better than to have taken that pitch. He thought that was outside. That was a bad decision. 2 outs now for Rantoul. Top of the order up. This is Rademacher. First pitch. This is ball 1. Rademacher had a single and a couple of backwards Ks in the first game. He's officially 0 for 2. Pop up. Going to be in no man's land. No, it's going to fall. It's going to fly far enough out into right field. The wind helped that out a bunch. I didn't think Dylan Heaton was going to be able to get to it, the right fielder, but he did. And that pop fly out to short right field ends the half inning for Rantoul. They get a run. They do it on a single hit. That's the hit that drove the run in. There was no errors. 1 guy hit by pitch. That's kind of the guy left on base. 2 left on for Rantoul. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th. It is 6-2. Post 72 with the lead. We're back with more action after these messages on 103.9 WINC. Keep your eyes open. There's going to be a whole bunch of changes coming up. The Rantoul guys, I think, are moving all over the place. Okay. Special thanks to the Clay Pot Garden Shop, locally owned and operated, located at 406 Bratton Road in Waynetown. The Clay Pot Garden Shop not only has flowers and vegetables, but they also provide landscaping and mowing services. Need a floral gift for a special occasion? Need some vegetable plants for your garden? Need to upgrade your lawn or just have it mowed? Contact the Clay Pot Garden Shop in Waynetown at 765-234-2136. Take a look here, get the binoculars out. I know that the Rantoul coaches were talking to the umpires, which means that there's going to be some movement of players. See, I know we've got a different pitcher out here. And that is number, yikes, I don't have a 14. Yes, I do. Owen Johnson. So 14, Johnson will be pitching. And there will be all kinds of plenty defensive changes if he's moving around. Billings is still behind the plate. Crosby, yes, is still at first. There'll be some movement at second. Cooper, I think that's moving over to, or Clark moving over to short. And that's Reidenbach still at third base. So anyway, a little bit of movement action, but Owen Johnson is on the mound now for post 287. He has a 6-2 deficit to work with. In the bottom of the 4th inning, it will be the middle of the batting order for post 72. Down the wrong spot here. 14. It'll be Wooten, Heaton, and Riemann. get things going for Post 72. 2-0 on the season, defeated Speedway last Wednesday. Final score of that was 11-1 in 5 innings. 7-3 win over Post 287 just a couple hours ago. Rantoul just starting their season 0-1 after the earlier loss. As we mentioned, they will play Crawfordsville Post 72 next Sunday, a doubleheader. Same time schedule on a Sunday as we had for today. Noon first pitch and a 3 o'clock approximate start of the second game. Wooten has a double and a single and a run scored. And a whole bunch more in the first couple games. First pitch misses inside. My guess is that Owen Johnson will be told, just keep the ball away from him if you can. That one just on the inside corner, just high enough to call a strike. Count evens at 1-1. Wooten out of Danville, with kin over in the Turkey Run area. George Wooten, longtime friend, known him from church for a long-time coach at Turkey Run. His grandfather. Next pitch, next pitch, driven high, left side, Wynn's got it, one hop to the fence. Warning track power, but nobody's there to pick it up, and Wooten has his second double of this game. He trots into second base. So Ethan Wooten, single double in this game. Home or hit by pitch RBI and a double RBI in the first game today. On Wednesday, infield single scored, reach on an error scored, home run drove in a run, scored obviously. That's all he's done offensively in 3 games. Holy cow. There's some guys who don't have that much in their career. This will bring up Dylan Heaton. First pitch strike to the lefty. A single and an RBI and a run scored for Heaton, and all that in the first inning. Check swing, ground ball right between the pitcher's glove and hands. Not in time. That'll be an infield single, move a runner up. Heaton puts it perfectly into play. It goes right between Johnson's glove on his left hand and his bare hand on the right. The ball literally split the uprights right there, getting 3 points if nothing else. But it's a 1B for him. Moves the runner up. Post 72 runners on first and third here to start the bottom of the fourth. Runner goes, no throw. Riemann is up, doubled, scored in the third, walked, stranded in the first. Heaton easily to second base, obviously with the indifference. Next pitch, called strike. Caught the outside corner. Count evens at 1-1. So Riemann picked up the win, starting pitcher in game 1 today. Next pitch, that'll be a strike right down the middle. Riemann taken all the way there. Sure he'll be looking for hopefully that same pitch coming up. Behind on the count, 1-2. Inside fastball fouled away. Starting to play it a little bit. Riemann had to chase an inside pitch. Fouls it down towards the Post 72 dugout. Pitch, charge into it, left center field. Ball's high, but not high enough, not far enough. It's caught. That's going to score a run on a sacrifice fly. And in comes Wooten. Riemann drives one high enough, far enough, and deep enough to center field that it'll score a run. So he gets the dot, and everybody moves up. Heaton moves up from second to third, and Wooten scores. That's Wooten's second time across home plate in this game. So it's 7-1, 7-2 now, excuse me. And next up is Heaton Brown. Brown playing shortstop defensively both games today. Had a couple of nice defensive plays. Had a ground ball double play in the first game. Here's a shot right off the pitcher's mound that'll score a run. So Brown saw one pitch and then drove one right back where it came from, right back up the middle. So that single gives him a dot. Heaton comes in, and so for the fourth inning in a row, Post 72 has put 2 runs on the board. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Wooten has scored twice. Heaton has scored twice. Miller has scored twice. Riemann once. Hill once. Throw. Down to second. Got him out. All right. Miller takes the first pitch. Brown was on the fly. It was a really good throw. Man, that was a really, really good throw by Billings, the catcher. He threw the ball literally right where Brown had to slide. He slid into the tag. So that's a 2-6 caught stealing. 2 outs now for Post 72. Miller takes the second pitch, ball 2. Pitch outside, ball 3. Johnson on the mound in relief of Clark, who pitched the third. He's in relief of Hartke, who pitched the first 2 innings. And everybody has had problems giving up runs to Post 72. Miller fouls one off. 3-1. Fouls another one off. 3-2. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up for Matt Miller. Has been on base twice, a single and a fielder's choice, has scored twice. He also has a stolen base. Pitch inside, ball 4. Laid off that temptation in the inside corner, and he'll head to first base. Designated hitter this ball game is Matt Miller. He caught the last game, so there will not be a courtesy runner for him. This will bring up Cohen Bonebreak. Had a sacrifice fly, drove in a run. His last trip to the plate. Throw over to first, not in time. We see a final posted. Tecumseh 12, Southmont 0. So the Mounties softball season comes to an end. We congratulate them on a phenomenal softball year. 20 wins, pitched wide. Miller almost can't get back in time. As we said, Southmont's season concludes at the semi-state level. Only the second time in school history that the softball team has made it to the semi-state. The other time they did win in the semi-state, made it to the state championship game. There's a little lob out to short left field. Got to hurry. Oh, and he's got it. Nice play out there defensively by Rantoul left fielder Rodamy. Slides towards the infield, comes up with the catch, and that registers out number 3 on the F7. But once again, it's 2 runs for Post 72. They do it on 1, 2, 3 hits. There were no errors, and we had a guy left on base. So 8-1 after 4. Back with more action after these messages on 103.9 WIMC. Okay. 4, 6, 7, 13. Homeowners and support our Indiana communities, allowing them to fulfill their dreams and create lasting memories. Our investments in the latest real estate tools and technologies, along with ongoing training and support for our agents, create a more satisfying experience for our clients. Our goal is to support our clients and our communities to sustain everyone's economic health and personal well-being. Looking for a home or a property? Contact Brian Pyle, branch manager at 765-376-9165, or visit, it's a long one here, www.brianpyle.callcarpenter.com. Also, special thanks to Foreman Blasters. Hey, it is Fireworks time, folks. Thinking about the 4th of July, getting everything all set and ready to go. Well, Foreman Blasters is the place to go. They are our local professional fireworks company located right here in Montgomery County, and they're ready for all shows. Watch those shows over areas including Waynestown, Richmond, Crawfordsville, Charlotte Rose Campground, and many more in the surrounding counties. This is a show you don't want to miss. Darren and his crew are some of the biggest and best in the business. Looking for a show near you? Check out Foreman Blasters on Facebook. That's Foreman Blasters. They are a huge supporter of Post 72 baseball. They'd love to see us hit some bombs, which is absolutely the best line, the best line of all time coming up. We've had some bombs here. We've had a bunch of some home runs. Rantools hit a couple. Post 72 hit a couple on Wednesday. They lead here by a score of 8-2 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Let's see here. That's a big, tall kid pitching. I think that was our first pitch. Line drive right side. As Caden Smith has come in to pitch for Crawfordsville, Post 72. Good outing by Kyvan Hill. He went 4 solid innings. That single was by Thomas. This now. Yep, this brings up number 3, O'Brien. Wrigley O'Brien. First pitch is a strike. Second pitch, I think, was also a strike. I think we're 0-2. Thomas at first. Here's a fly ball, left side or right side, foul territory. Falls in front of the fielders. So Thomas lives at first. O'Brien, the pinch hitter, down 2-0, I should say. This pitch is getting tossed out. This baseball, getting tossed out. Came across the infield, heading for a jump drawer. Little check swing. Foul ball way out front. Unable to chase it down was Ream, and that was a long run. There is a lot of territory in foul ground here at Charger Field. Ream gave it a chase, couldn't get to it. The foul ball falls foul. Leaves the count at 0-2. Swing and a miss. So O'Brien goes down on a K. Smith picks up his first strikeout. This coming in relief here in the 5th inning. This will bring up Eli Reichenbach. Seems like a long time ago, Reichenbach hit a monster home run in the 2nd inning, which was the first score of the game for Rantoul. Chop, swing, it's going to roll just foul. I thought that thing was going to run out of energy and just stay a ball width inside the third base stripe, but it rolled one more time and rolled foul. So it is a foul ball. So Reichenbach, in addition to the home run, hit one back to the pitcher, who at that time was Hill. He's behind 0-1. Gets underneath one, pops it a mile high, and over to pick up the foul. The foul pop is Mason Foster. Nice job going a long way away from his position as Foster, the catcher from Western Boone. Foul ball out. That's 2 outs in this top of the 5th inning. And we will see, we've got number 10, and that's Carson Lyons. Coming to pinch hit here in the 5th. General manager of Rantoul Legion Baseball, Gary Smith, is out talking with the home plate umpire, just making sure that, because I think they may have used him as a pinch hitter. Going to let him hit again. This will be, as we said, Lyons to the plate. He was the catcher the first game. Bought him a little rest time here for game 2. First pitch inside. Ball 1. Caden Smith on the mound in relief for post 72. Ground ball, foul, left side. Now evens. Smith, another one of our Covington guys. Down here, I can find some Covington stats. Smith on the season was 3-3 from a decision standpoint. Curveball, misses. Pitched 29 innings, third best on the staff. 24 runs, only 13 earned, 19 walks, 37 strikeouts, 2-to-1 ratio there. So, and let's see if I can find it, a 3.10 ERA. Very, very solid. One more ball, now foul ball. And the count's even at 2-2. Lyons hits from the right side. He singled and scored a run in the first game. Pitch just inside, misses. Count goes full. 3-2. Payoff pitch coming. Runner will be going, and does. Ball 4. So the pinch hit walk keeps the inning alive. Lyons to first, Thomas to second. 2 outs in between those guys. And this will bring up Liam Billings. Billings, who was being hit for, so he can sub into this position. Scorecard is getting as ugly as can be, and there's going to be an error, ground ball, throwing error, run scores, ball still loose, and that's it. So an error for post 72. That was for Billings. Billings stays at first. Lyons moves to third. And Thomas scored. Confusing mayhem in the middle of the batting order with all the paperwork. Bottom line on it, it is now 8-3. Post 72 with the lead. Smith trying to get the third out, get out of this mess. First pitch misses outside. This is Cooper Clark. Started at second base, pitched an inning, back to the infield. He has reached base twice. He singled and walked. Next pitch, just at the knees, called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Waiting, ground ball, right in the hole. Right between 5 and 6, and that'll be an RBI single. So Clark reaches first, Billings to second, Lyons scores. 2 runs in this inning to make it an 8-4 contest, and the inning at bat continues for Rantoul. This will bring up Owen Johnson. Johnson hits in the 8th spot, hit a single and drove in a run in the 4th. Swung at a pitch and missed on a strikeout in the 2nd. Smith in relief, as we said, aiming a pitch there, gets in the dirt. Foster with a nice job keeping it in front of him. Curveball, called strike. Throws him right at the wrist. Johnson hits in the 8th spot in this batting order. This pitch is just a little low. I think Smith wanted it. I think Smith wanted the call, didn't get it. 2-1 the count. Foul ball right back here at us. 2-2. So a lot of twos here. 2 runs in, 2 outs, 2 on for Rantoul here in the top of the 5th inning. 8-4 is our score. Pitch high and inside over the top of the head of Johnson. Count goes full. So while post 72 might have maybe trying to put it in cruise control, Rantoul knocked the pins out of things. Called strike 3. Boy, right down this. Boy, I don't know what you were thinking about with that one, son. You should have swung at that ball. Called strike 3 ends the half inning. Rantoul gets a couple of runs. They do it on 1-2 hits. There was 1 post 72 error, 2 guys left on base. So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Post 72 over Rantoul by a score of 8-4. Back after these messages on 103.9 WIMC. Funeral homes. They're dedicated to providing compassionate and personalized funeral services to honor the lives of your loved ones. With years of experience, we understand the importance of creating meaningful farewells that reflect the unique stories and cherished memories of those we serve. Our team here is to help guide you through every step with care, offering support and comfort during difficult times. They are committed to upholding the highest standards of professionalism and integrity, ensuring that your trust in them is well placed. The Family and Friends Funeral Home, your family is our priority, and we are honored to be a part of your journey. In your time of need, contact Friends and Family Funeral Home, located in Wingate at 765-275-2322. Also, a special thanks to Crawfordsville Moose Lodge. Hey, great fraternal organization. Want to belong? Want to join a club with a good cause? Family friendly and a fun place to be. Join the Crawfordsville Moose Lodge. The Moose is dedicated to community service and personal development. The Moose assists by raising funds geared to help children and seniors. Located at 402 Waynetown Road, Crawfordsville, they would love to have you with them. For information on joining, call 765-362-5091. Oh, Sean Holmstrom holding things together for us back at the station. Southmont softball season done. They lose to Tecumseh by a score of 12-0. We've got an 8-4 baseball score here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Post 72 leading Rantoul in the second game of this doubleheader. Storm clouds look to have gone away a little bit. It's not nearly as dark in the north as it was about 15-20 minutes ago, so maybe we're going to escape all of this. We shall see. We get this all done. I'll back gear up, turn it back, and I got to hop in the car and head to St. Louis. Football playoff game tomorrow. Last Fox broadcast for me. And then it'll be lots and lots of Legion ball in addition to some Elston softball on Tuesdays. Strawberry Festival next weekend, of course. We get started here in the bottom of the 6th. Post 72 has scored four times in 4 innings. They've scored 2 runs in each half inning. Ivan Hill, starting pitcher, comes to the plate. First pitch misses. Second pitch also misses. Hill walked, scored in the second, singled, stranded in the third. This pitch misses. Quickly ahead is Kyvan Hill. Had a good hitting season with Covington. Strike one. Hit 242, 16 hits, 15 runs scored, ball four. So he'll have a chance to score one more. As we said, he scored in the second base, or scored in the second inning. So he reaches base out of the 9 spot in the batting order for the 3rd time in this game. This will bring up Aiden Ambrose-Cruz, who has reached base only once in 3 at-bats. Ground out, strikeout, walk. He has gotten no farther than first base in this ballgame. Runner goes, not in time. Throw hits Hill, sliding into second base. Kicks over towards left field, grabbed and held onto. Easy stolen base for Hill. He had a courtesy runner earlier in the game, but he's not pitching anymore, so he can't have a courtesy runner. Next pitch. Ambrose-Cruz looks at it outside. Sweet ball 2. 8-4 our score. Ambrose-Cruz fouled it straight back here to the fence in front of us. About 30 games on the post 72 schedule. And starting here early part of June and the playoffs in late July, there's a lot of ball games in a short span of time. There's a fly ball out over the second baseman's head. This will score a run without any problems. Ambrose-Cruz decides not to head to second base. That'd have been a close play at second. He'll get the single and the RBI. His first RBI of this game. First hit of this ball game. And that scores Hill easily from second base. So Post 72 has scored in every at-bat. They now lead 9-4. Reiser, next up, drove in 2 runs with a single in the second. Runner goes, throw, not in time. Throw was a little high. Ambrose-Cruz with a stolen base. He got caught stealing in the first game. That was a rarity. He only got caught stealing once in this entire high school spring season. Pitch a ball to Reiser. Next pitch. Reiser's a tall guy, so that's going to give him a strike. Had kind of a casual strike zone all day today. This pitch is way wide, right? Gets past the catcher. It'll be 2-1 on the count. Ambrose-Cruz easily makes it third on the wild pitch. So stolen base on wild pitch gets Ambrose-Cruz 90 feet from home. As we said, post 72 now with 9 runs. This pitch down in the dirt and away a little bit. Not away from the catcher, however. Reiser had a really, really good spring playing with Huntington University. Hit just about 300, and he's going to get a single and an RBI here. So he continues to stay hot. He and Wooten have just absolutely knocked the cover off the ball. This little flare single to short left field drives in another run. So he now has 3 RBIs on this game as that scores Ambrose-Cruz. So Post 72 has scored 2 runs in each of their 5 at-bats so far. And it's 10-4. Good, buddy. Wooten, 2 doubles and a single, in addition to a monster amount of hits and runs scored in his first 2 games. That pitch a strike. 1-1. Next pitch, Reiser goes. Here's a drive out to left field, but it's right at the left fielder. Easy enough catch. Rodemaker didn't even have, I think he took about 1 step to his right and hauled it down. And Wooten is out for the first time today. Reiser's got to head quickly back to first base. He had been on the fly. This will bring up Dylan Heaton. Heaton has been red hot too. Single RBI scored in the first. Single stole a base, scored in the fourth. Runner goes, not in time. Reiser still gets that stolen base. Post 72 will run and run and run and run. They will not stop trying to steal bases. Tap out, fly ball. This is again right at the left fielder. Rodemaker, he took one step to his left. He's taken 2 steps to grab 2 fly balls in the last 2 at bats. So that's 2 outs for post 72. Reiser at second, 2 runs in. This will bring up Crew Riemann. Walked, stranded in the first, doubled, scored in the third. Sacrifice fly, drove in a run in the fourth. He has had a very productive day at the plate. Game at the plate. He had a decent one in the first one, too. Let's see. No, actually, they hit for him. Saved his hot bat for the second game. First pitch, ball 1. Second pitch, too high. Ball 2. Looking to second base. Go to there to take the throw. This is Johnson on the mound. Next pitch to Riemann misses, 3-0. Johnson, the third pitcher in this game for Rantoul. Big lead at second, not going, ground ball, tough play, left side, good scoop by the third baseman, throwing an out. Really nice defensive play on a tough opportunity over there. That was Reichenbach. Comes up with the ball, moving hard to his left, stops, plants, throws, and gets the out. And that ends the at-bat for post 72. But as they have every at-bat this game, they score 2 runs. They do this on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner was left on base. So we head to the top of the 6th with a 10-4 score. Post 72 with the lead. We're back with more action after this on 103.9 WIMC. Specials to cookout needs, Greg's has it, one and all. Check out the homegrown Indiana goods products sold at Greg's. With some of the best meats in the area, they are waiting and ready to serve you. Pre-order at 765-234-2022 or come in and check it out. Greg's has also got homemade salads and desserts. You may also find other things, something under a counter somewhere you might never know. Let's take a look. While you're inside, locate the discounted frozen meat cooler, and it will not disappoint you. Greg's Corner Market, located in downtown Waynestown, also owned. They're owned by a family of a former Post 72 player. I'll have to go back and look and see. I'll bet his name was Greg. So anyway, special thanks to Greg's Corner Market for their sponsorship, and a special thanks to all of our sponsors bringing you Post 72 baseball through the course of these first couple days and through the course of several weeks coming up through June and July. We're heading to the top of the 6th inning. Rantoul trailing 10-4. Post 72 with a dozen hits. Overall, Rantoul 5. This will be the number 9 hitter, designated hitter Jeff Hostetler. Fly out, strikeout. First pitch misses. Second pitch also misses. Let's see here. I don't know if that. I think we got another pitcher here for Post 72. We get a number on this guy. 5. Is that riser coming in again? I don't think it's big enough to be riser. We'll find out here. It's ball 3 on Hostel and ball 4, 4-pitch walk. That looks like, I think it's 3.
I think you're right.
That'll be Keaton Brown. So after Smith pitches the 5th inning in relief, Keaton Brown pitched 6th. At the plate, Reagan Rademacher. Get some Keaton Brown numbers here. Flip up my North Montgomery stats from the season. Foul ball right back into the fence here in front of us. And on the year, Brown, 20 innings pitched, 21 hits, 23 runs, 14 earned, 26 walks, 19 Ks on the wrong side of that ratio. Pitch to Rodemaker, goes strike, ball. Brown. Next play on is high pop fly. It's in foul territory. Easy grab coming in is Riemann. Takes control and calls off everybody else and says, I'll take this, and does so. That's the first out, top of 6. Brown had a 4.90 ERA, 3-3 record for the Chargers of North Montgomery in 10 appearances. This will bring up Dylan Thomas. Thomas singled and scored. First pitch is just a little high, ball 1. He was also hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning, stranded. Pitch gets underneath it, kind of chili dips it up out of play, going to float onto a top of a tent over there on the left field foul pole, left field foul line. Count evens at 1-1. Lefty up. Waits. Punches one in another foul, just almost the exact same spot. So whoever's out shagging that foul ball can get a second one. Thomas falls behind, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, top of 6, 10-4. Post 72 leads Rantoul here in Legion action, second game of the doubleheader. Swing and a foul ball right off his foot, and that smarts. Thomas will walk that little banger off. Doesn't look too much the worse for wear. Go ahead to the back to the dish. Down 1-2 in the count. Swing and a miss. He was looking for, I think he was looking for something a little off speed, and he got a chin-high fastball and swung at it and missed it. Brown has his first strikeout in relief today. That's 2 quick outs. The runner still at first base on the initial walk to Hostetter. At the plate, this is O'Brien, who came in as a pinch hitter in the 5th inning and has stayed in the ballgame. First pitch strike. He struck out, by the way, as a pinch hitter. Puts a little flare into it. It's going to fall into short left field for a base hit. Wooten grabs it, brings it back into play. Ambridge Cruz, who moved to shortstop when Brown came off short to pitch, gets it, but it's a single. So 2 on, 2 out. Now for Rantoul. And this brings up Reichenbach. Always the threat. He hit one out 1.3 miles in the 2nd inning. So he can do an awful lot of damage with one good swing here. Turns a 10-4 ball game into a 10-7 ball game very quickly. First pitch up and inside. Second pitch down a little bit low, and he fouls it away. So after the home run, Reichenbach hit a bouncer, a comebacker back to Hill on the mound, and then he popped out in foul territory. Foster. Fouls one off the right side, way foul right side. Nobody's going to need to chase that one except the ball boy. That's clear out there heading for the North Montgomery football field. I think it hit the road, hit the asphalt, took a big bounce. It's about 300 feet away. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, and a boot. Oh, and a time. Oh, and just a good recovery. Just an absolutely good recovery by Post 72 infielders. I want to make sure I get the right numbers here. That was Hill. Kyvan Hill had moved to second base. The ground ball was to him. It came off of his glove, but he was moving towards second base to get the force play anyway. So in booting the ball a little bit, he booted it right towards second, and he was able to then pick the ball up and toss it to Ambrose Cruz for the force out. So no harm, no foul, and that ends the half inning. Rantoul, no runs. They do it with a single hit. They left a guy on base with a walk. No errors, and the 2 left on base. So we're heading to the bottom of the 6th inning with Post 72 still holding on to this 10-4 lead. Come on back and listen to more action after these messages on 103.9 WIMC. Tucker West Central. They're conveniently located at 200 East Market Street in Crawfordsville. Whether you're searching for your first home, upgrading to your dream home, downsizing, or looking for your next investment property, Tessa is here to help every step of the way. Friendly service, local knowledge, and dedication that you can count on. If you're ready to make a move, call Tessa Serber today at 765-918-7223. Tessa Serber with FC Tucker West Central, turning houses into homes and investments into opportunities. Opportunity here for Post 72 to pick up a couple more runs. 4 runs would invoke the 10-run rule, but they have scored 2 in every at bat. You look across the scoreboard out there: 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. Very consistent for the offense. As we look and see, we're going to make that rain. We got a little more something coming in from the west, but we're close enough now that no matter what happens, this will be an official game. So if it starts to rain, they're going to say stop action and we'll go home, or I'll go to St. Louis, or whatever it happens to be. But we're heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 10-4 score. Post 72 leads. They won the first game 7-3. If you were not able to tune in or missed, Southmont softball season came to an end with a loss in the semi-state. It was a 12-0 final score to Tecumseh. So thanks to everybody, especially thanks to the folks listening on our app. Thanks to Rachel down at the shop. Everybody else listening. Max with a text. A couple other folks with text. Thanks for everybody for joining in with us this long afternoon here. Lots of good baseball action on Post 72 side of the play. This will be Keaton Brown at the plate, now pitching for Post 72. Walked in the 3rd, singled in a run in the 4th, has not scored a run as of yet. First pitch missed, second pitch also missed. 2-0 to Brown. 240 on his spring season at North Montgomery. Next pitch misses outside, ball 3. So Brown now waiting, see if he takes one. He had a great game 1, ball 4 on the 4th pitch. In game 1, he singled and then doubled and scored, walked, stole a base and scored. All that came in that first game, that 7-3 win. Ball 4. Oh, let's see if Coach Proctor will put a courtesy runner in since he is now the pitcher. It doesn't look that way. And this will bring up, got a pinch hitter. This is Peyton Grimmett. Hitting for Miller. the designated hitter here in the 6th. Grimmett, a Seeger guy. First time I think we've seen him. He didn't make game 1. See if we can quick find. That's ball 1. Grimmett hit 372 as the Patriots of Seeger went 12-12 in the WRC. 25 runs scored, 32 hits, which led his team. 30 RBIs was more than double, almost double what the second guy was. So he had a great season at the plate for the Patriots. So Grimmett in the pinch hitting role, ball 1, strike 1, strike 2, 1-2 now. We get everybody caught up. Pitch outside in the dirt, back to the backstop. It'll even the count. Brown will easily move to second base. Takes a big wide turn. He might have been heading for third there for a minute if catcher hadn't started paying attention. 2-2. 2-2, nobody out. Bottom 6, 10-4. Pitch is outside. Count goes full. Here for the pinch hitter, Grimmett. Over the top on the throw. It's inside, ball 4. So with 2 on now, bottom of 6, this will bring up another pinch hitter. And this is Smith, technically not a pinch hitter because he had come in to pitch. So he is in at that spot. Ball gets away from the catcher. One runner is going to move up. So that'll be a pass ball over there that moves Brown to third. So runners on the corners. And ball 1 on Smith. Next pitch, a strike. Caden Smith, a Covington guy. Runner goes, pitch, called strike. Oh, that was a pretty low strike, but it is. It's a 10-4 strike zone right now. Smith on the season hit 324 for Covington. 25 runs scored, 24 hits, 26 RBIs was team best. Pitch misses outside. Count evens up at 2-2. As we said, Grimmett stole second base. So runners at second and third. Pitch low. Count goes full. 072 has scored 2 runs in each of 5 at-bats. And they have an opportunity to score 2 here in the bottom of the 6th as they have 2 runners in scoring position. For the guy in the number 8 batting spot, Grimmett, and that is ball 4. Check that. It was Smith, 16. So that loads the bases. And that will bring Kyvan Hill up. Hill has reached base 3 times. 2 walks and a single. Scored, well, he hasn't scored twice. He's had a courtesy runner when he was pitching. So he scored 1. Smith scored 1 for him as a courtesy runner. First pitch, ball 1. We're going to keep on going. Wooten has a 2-ball, 1-strike count. We are a single away from ending this thing if he can get one into the outfield. Giving up my microphone. Oh, putting another one on. Ah, there we go. Did I wear the battery out on that one?
Yes,
Oh my goodness. Being piped in on Buzzed Sports Media, so glad to help those guys out. Fun to do that as well. Next pitch, ball. Next pitch, another ball. So Wooten heads back to first, and again, it's the fourth time he's been on base today. He pushes Riser to second, and Bone Break is at third. So none of that matters very much because all the concern is the guy at second base. If post 72 can get the guy at second base across the plate, then we're done on the 10-run rule. This is Dylan Heaton. First pitch ball, second pitch ball. Oh, and now I think I heard thunder. All right. The umpires will absolutely have to stop that. There's just no way around that. That's mandatory. So that's going to chase the players off the field. And chase them off the field at 5:04. So I'm not sure how all this. The Rantoul coaches are already walking over towards home plate. I think the Rantoul coaches are flat out ready to say, this is good enough. We are ready to end this if it needs to end. So, and I think the home plate umpire has waved his hand in the air and he said, I'm good with that as well. It's 12-4 and that's it. And with the weather stoppage and a long drive back for Rantoul and this kind of a mess on their plate, that we're going to end this ball game. So with that, it's a 12-4 final. Post 72 with their third consecutive win of the season, and Rantoul falls to 0-2. I'm going to send it back to Sean for a second. He's got a commercial or two left. We'll come back, get a couple stats, and we'll be done and out of here in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to Legion Baseball on 103.9 WIMC.